Imagine for a second that it's so bright. Imagine for a second that you're kidnapped by men with sinister intentions and taken to another planet. Far, far from home, in a strange place where the inhabitants are quite peculiar looking. How would you react? What would your adventure look like? I'm Mark Jones, and C.S. Lewis's Out of the Silent Planet is number 11 of 52. Meet Ransom. He's a philologist, and he's on his summer holiday. He's walking and hitching rides through the countryside and enjoying the scenery. He sort of accidentally runs into Devine and Weston, who are madmen who drug him, and the next thing he knows, he finds himself on a spaceship traveling through space. Everything's very bright because of the way the sun is let in. Kind of like where I am now. I actually don't know where I am right now. I find it quite ironic that a character named Ransom is kidnapped. Anyway, they take him to a planet called Malacandra to hand him over to the Sorn. And he's terrified. And when he finally sees the Sorn, and they're very, very tall with long arms and feathery fur on their skin, he freaks out and he runs off. So he's stumbling through the wilderness for days and drinks the water. He's not sure if the water's safe to drink, but he's got to anyway to survive. When he runs into a very strange-looking creature with a face like a seal. It's also very tall, and it makes a noise which, being a philologist, a linguist, Ransom realizes that it's speaking. So he approaches it, begins to try to communicate with it, and they sort of establish a friendship very quickly. The creature's name is Hyoy, and he is of a race known as the Hrassa. The Hrassa know boats, poetry, fishing, and planting. They're very in touch with the land. So he lives among them and starts to realize, from what they tell him of their interaction with the other races on the planet, including the terrifying Sorn, that this world seems to be untainted by greed, by selfishness, by hatred, by war. It almost seems like everybody lives in perfect harmony. So through his travels on the planet Malacandra, Ransom learns that his own planet, Earth, is referred to as Thulcandra, the silent planet, because there's no communication between it and the other planets. Eventually, Ransom is summoned by Oyarsa, who is sort of the leader of the entire planet. Oyarsa is a member of the Eldial race. They're beings that are sort of in more than one place at once because they travel so quickly. It's a very complicated explanation, but basically it means that they're more or less invisible. You can kind of just see the shimmering light and kind of hear their voices, and that's pretty much it. But they're sort of like angels. In fact, it seems like the idea here is that when the Creator created all of the universe, he created all of these planets with life and with intelligent creatures, and they were all meant to live in this sort of perfect society. But one planet seemed to have gone wrong. Thulcandra, Earth, the silent planet. So I really enjoyed this book, and I'm actually doing a short series. I'm doing this book. The next book in the series is Paralandra, and the third book is That Hideous Strength. So I'm reading them all three. So the next 2 weeks, you know what I'm reading if you want to read along. I really enjoyed some of the descriptive language. In fact, there was one particular incident where the character was describing something he was seeing that was virtually indescribable. And that quote was, "Too slight to be named in the language of the five senses." I just thought that was beautiful. So I really enjoyed this book, and if you guys get a chance to read it, or if you've read it before, please leave me a comment down below in the comment section. You can also leave a video response, and that's more than welcome, or you can tweet to me. It's @MarkJonesAudio on Twitter. There is a hashtag for the series. It's, of course, hashtag OfFiftyTwo, and it's down in the corner. The co-director and director of photography for this episode is Will Driskill, and Gunnar McAllister helped us a little bit. But that's it for this week's OfFiftyTwo. I'm Mark Jones, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. And Gunnar McAllister helped us a little bit. With sexual motivation.